We are one day away from Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Arc Core 3 airing, and we've just had an all-new opening for Core 3 reveal with some absolutely insane visuals that I want to talk to all of you about. In addition to this, we've got this huge interview from the voice actors of Ichigo and Uryu, and they reveal a lot of exclusive new information about Core 3, including how Kubo was involved and how much new anime exclusive material we can expect, as well as the improvement in the quality of the animation that we can expect from Core 3 onwards. You absolutely don't want to miss out on this video, especially if you're looking forward to Core 3 dropping tomorrow. We're going to go over all of the new information that we've just had revealed, so definitely stick around until the very end of the video. We got really tired of the same old boring anime shirts, so we decided to launch Getsuga.com with the aim of creating designs inspired by our favorite anime and manga. We came up with designs that look cool and represent all of our favorite stories. Check out the latest Instinct collection, which features some amazing designs like this Frosted Heavens design inspired by Toshiro Hitsugaya, or this Instinct design inspired by Hollow Ichigo, and my personal favorite, which is the Heart design, which was inspired by Ukiura Shifa. Do not miss out, go to Getsuga.com and wear your favorite stories. So let's not waste any time, let's have a look at this all new opening song that's been released. The song is called Without Any Words and it's sang by Six Lounge. We begin with this amazing visual of Yuhobak's hand reaching out to this bright star, and then we cut straight to Yuhobak's eyes and you can see that Almighty is activated there, and then we're zooming out and he's sat upon his throne and the visuals look absolutely insane. They were not kidding when Puro Films said that they were going to elevate the quality of Bleach to a movie level production. I mean, just look at this, it looks like I'm watching a feature-length film. Okay, then from Yuhobak we go into the eyes of Ichigo and we're panning out here and we see Ichigo ready to face Yuha, all of the rubble around him. Just look at the shadows and look at how they are utilizing CGI with 2D animation here. People get a lot of PTSD when you mention CGI in anime, but I think that Puro Films have done a fantastic job of mastering the blend between 3D and 2D animation. I mean, the shadows and everything looks amazing, the coloring looks awesome, Ichigo's clothing just billowing in the breeze, and then we cut to Ichibei here. Okay, pay very close attention here, you're gonna miss it if you blink. You've got this shot, very brief here, of Nanao holding the Zanpakuto with Shunsui helping her. These hands here, you can see the bigger hand is Shunsui's and the smaller one is Nanao's, and this is just all foreshadowing Shunsui's battle against Lil and how Nanao plays such a pivotal role in that fight. Then of course you've got this shot of Ukitake here holding his Zanpakuto as he's about to perform the Kamikake ritual, and this hand here is Yuhobak's hand. You see the Quincy blue veins appearing, and then it transitions to the hand of Mimihagi. Then a close-up amazing shot of Ukitake and you can see his teal green eyes. Just look at how Mimihagi bursts out of his back. Oh, and then Shunsui of course in Muken, you've got all of these ropes at the bottom here tying Aizen down. This is absolutely incredible. Oh my, look at the coloring, look at how his hairpins have that color but everything else is so muted. Oh my god. Then Urahara of course getting everybody prepped so that they can make their way to the royal palace. They're all holding those energy orbs. This is so hype, it's insane. You got Renji here. Bazz-B of course, he plays a huge role in Core 3. Just look at the effects of that glass shattering and how it's altered the image of Bazz-B. This is the quality that we can expect from Core 3. And then look at the eyes, oh the coloring, it looks awesome. Then we've got this shot of Hashwall just looking off into the distance, and of course Hashwall is going to be shown after Bazz-B because their backstory is again going to play a major role in Core 3. We get a glimpse of this very backstory here. We've got a young Hashwall and then a young Bazz-B. Here's Bazz-B's emblem. Then a shot of Bazz-B wearing a cape as a young boy when he first meets Hashwall, and then we cut back to Hashwall as an adult, drawing his sword. And then of course the main man himself, Sosuke Aizen. I wish I could show you this in motion, but you guys are just gonna have to go and see the trailer. But you can see the effects of Kuro Hitsugi appearing in front of Aizen, and it looks really awesome. So then we cut to Ichigo and the gang rushing towards the royal palace, attempting to stop Yuha. The shot kind of just pans down and goes into Ichigo here, and again you can just see how incredible everything looks, how they are seamlessly blending 2D and 3D animation, and the CGI honestly works really well. And from this opening alone you can tell that there is such a boost in the quality between Core 2 and Core 3. So of course they're running towards Uryu here. You can see all of the detail in the floor and the texture, and then Uryu off in the distance. And the camera just zooms into Uryu's eye and you've got this amazing blue lighting used for his iris. this. Okay, we've got then shots of the shoot Starfall. So we begin with Askin, Gerard, Pernida, and then Lil Barrow. And again, I love how they're using such a muted color palette, but despite this, just by being monochrome, everything appears to be so effective and so well done. Just imagine what we have in store for us when Core 3 actually kicks off tomorrow. So we cut to the title card, of course, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. So we begin with this amazing shot of Uryu there, drawing his Quincy bow, ready to fire. He launches multiple arrows and they fire towards Ichigo. We get these absolutely incredible visuals of Ichigo versus Uryu. And just look at the clouds in the background, they're fighting way above in the skies. Ichigo's deflecting all of the arrows, and then he charges towards Uryu with a swipe, and then we cut towards Grimmjow and Askin. This is pretty awesome. I wasn't expecting this from the opening. I cannot believe that they've just revealed that Grimmjow is in Core 3 via this opening song. Loads of people are going to be watching this. You can't complain that I'm spoiling it. The promotional team are actually showing it themselves. Look at the coloring under Grimmjow's eyes here. It looks really well done. The animation and everything just looks so good. So after Grimmjow and Askin, we cut towards Bazby and Hashward, and Bazby is getting ready with his burner finger attacks, ready to fire them towards Hashward. This of course foreshadows the epic clash. The flames of Bazby are bringing color to the scene, and I love how they've done this. And then the two of them clash in this highly anticipated duel. So Lil Barrow then against Shunsui, so we're getting an idea of what fights are going to be happening in the upcoming core. I personally thought that Core 3 would end with Shunsui versus Lil Barrow, but that doesn't appear to be the case. This opening song does hint at more material being adapted in this core. So Lil fires multiple blasts towards Shunsui, then he appears behind Lil Barrow and he gives him this incredible strike, which is highlighted by this purple coloring. And then we cut to Nanao, and if you didn't know, Nanao is going to play a major role in the fight between Shunsui and Lil. She is of course wielding the Shinken Hakyoken, which is her family's divine sword. Look at these amazing reflective effects that are coming off of the Shinken Hakyoken. And then of course we cut to Mairi, and Mairi versus Pernida will of course be happening in Core 3 too. This is incredible. So Nanao is not the only lieutenant who helps a captain out, as we cut to Mairi versus Pernida, which is also confirmed for Core 3, as then we are shown Nemu, who also plays a major role in Mairi's fight against Pernida. So that's some amazing visuals there. Then we've got of course Renji there. God knows what's going on with this character. And then we've got Uryu. So this has to be my favorite shot of this entire trailer. It's Ichigo preparing a Getsuga Jujisho. So he does this soft swipe across the air with a shorter blade, and then he swipes down with the longer blade to fire the Getsuga Jujisho. And just look at these amazing particle effects that are rippling out of the reishi that he's cut through the atmosphere. And then this golden lighting which reflects Ichigo's Reiatsu, it's incredible. Then the Getsuga Jujisho is fired out towards us, so the cross then amazingly transforms into the eyes of the Soul King. There's so much symbolic imagery, so many things that are perfectly transitioning into one another. So yeah, we pan out from this shot of the Soul King here in his crystalline structure, and then it just zooms out totally, and that appears to be what Yhwach is reaching out to, which we had seen at the very beginning of this opening. So yeah, look at it, he grasps onto that small shard, which is of course the Soul King, and then the Almighty is activated. And this is the version of the Almighty after Yhwach absorbs the Soul King, where he transforms into this grotesque, hideous version of himself. Guys, it's an understatement to say that I'm absolutely blown away with this opening that they revealed to us. There's so much excitement. I'm not sure if you can hear it from my voice, but I absolutely love everything that they have done. They really have been cooking behind the scenes. The gap between Core 1 and Core 2 was just 6 months, but the gap between Core 2 to Core 3 has been over a year, and they have used that time very effectively in order to give to us a very high quality production. Now I want to shift over to this all new interview that's been revealed between the voice actors of Uryu and Ichigo, as they discuss the incredible on-screen bond that they have shared for 2 years by voicing the two characters over this period of time. So the interview begins by saying that the third core of Bleach's 1000 Year Blood War arc will begin airing on the 5th of October at 11 PM on TV Tokyo. They go on to mention how the third core will feature an intense battle between the Gotei 13 and the Quincy, which of course are led by Yuha, the leader of the Quincy and the ruler of the Wandan Reich. In celebration of Bleach's 20th anniversary, Animate Times had sat with the voice actors of Ichigo and Uryu in order to discuss their thoughts on the series, how it's evolved over time, and what fans can expect from the third core of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime. So the first heading here says original elements supervised by Kubo which add depth to the story. So the interviewer asks, what are your thoughts on the story of the Thousand Year Blood War arc so far, especially looking back at the second core, were there any particular memorable scenes? Ichigo's voice actor responds that we're at the halfway point of the Thousand Year Blood War now, but it doesn't feel like it emotionally. In the first half of the first core, Ichigo had these flashy fight scenes, but after that he hadn't fought much. It's the longest stretch of time that Ichigo's voice actor has spent not having action scenes while playing Ichigo. He says that he had known that this would happen because he has read the manga, but he's still surprised by how long it's taken for Ichigo to actually fight. So with all of this being said, Ichigo's voice actor says that there are many scenes featuring other characters which are very engaging, and under Kubo's supervision, there have been scenes that have been added which complement the manga, and overall they add a lot of depth to the Thousand Year Blood War arc. Morita says that it gives us a better understanding of parts that weren't as clear in the manga, thus making the story feel a lot fuller in the anime. He also says that looking back in the second core, he vividly remembers putting a lot of effort into the scenes where Ichigo was incredibly powerful early on, and it was thrilling to perform those scenes. The training scenes that followed were also memorable, but those were mainly scenes not found in the original manga. Since there was no guidebook from the manga for many parts, it felt like a bit of an adventure trying to find the correct way to portray the character scene by scene. Morita says that during that time he also had various discussions with Kubo, asking him whether if this is okay, as Kubo reassured him by saying that whatever Morita-san does, that's the correct way. Morita says that he appreciates the trust that Kubo has placed in him, but at the same time he doesn't want to get complacent, so it's for this reason that he continues to challenge himself. Also, there have been a lot of experimental methods that have been used in the Thousand Year Blood War arc animation, which have really pushed the quality of the series to new levels, which have rarely been seen in the industry. So in respect, with the animation evolving, Morita feels like his voice acting also needs to evolve, so he's constantly bettering himself. Then we shift to Uryu's voice actor Noriaki Sugiyama, who says that he feels the same way as Morita. He says that if the anime had strayed too far away from the core story, then it would have confused viewers. So with everything being under Kubo's supervision, they have fleshed out parts of the manga by adding new scenes which were deliberately left out in the manga. Uryu's voice actor says that the character's emotions and actions are portrayed in greater detail in the anime, but he does admit that at the moment there haven't been many scenes where Ichigo and Uryu have spoken to each other at length. Considering that they're halfway through the Thousand Year Blood War arc, they haven't actually had that many scenes to perform together with. But what's been impressive is still the deep dive into various characters that we've seen, especially as the story is now heading towards the end. He says that as we saw in the second core, there were scenes which showed what certain characters who only appeared in the early stages of the anime were doing during ongoing events. Here he's talking about, of course, Ikkaku, Yumichika, Hisagi, as well as even Isane, who all got anime exclusive scenes during core 2. Uryu's voice actor says that he felt nostalgic, thinking, oh yeah, that character was around. So he thinks that fans must have also felt similarly by giving a lot of these characters who didn't get much of a limelight within the manga a bit more screen time within the anime. The interviewer then asks Sugiyama that Uryu has turned against Ichigo and is now working with the enemy. How do you approach playing this aspect of his character? So Sugiyama says that initially he was adding layers of conflict and hesitation to Uryu's portrayal, but during the test recording, he was asked to tone it down to the point where viewers would question, why is Uryu acting this way? So it seems like Kubo and the animation staff want to make the audience feel uneasy and unsure about Uryu's intentions. Despite this, Uryu's voice actor understands the reasons behind Uryu's actions, but he was asked to focus more on the battle scenes instead, as manga readers may think Uryu seems a bit cold, but all of this was done intentionally. Because I think in the manga, Uryu's motives are given away very easily, but in the anime, they are really dragging it out, really making it suspicious, as we're questioning whether Uryu actually has betrayed Ichigo and the others and he has joined the Quincy. I think that this is amazing. Uryu's voice actor says that for those who are experiencing Bleach for the first time through the anime, he believes that it captures the same emotions that they might have had when first reading the manga, as the anime is designed to build upon everything that is within the manga. Ichigo's voice actor adds that up until now, Uryu and Ichigo have fought as part of a same team, but in the series they've barely interacted so far in the Thousand Year Blood War arc, so for this reason they haven't recorded much together, and they only met about twice during recording sessions. Uryu's voice actor says that that's right. During the split recording sessions, it was mostly recording with the voices of Yhwach and Hashward. Meanwhile, Ichigo's voice actor was working with characters who he had more scenes with, so they had only seen each other in the studio for a couple of times. So I'm guessing this was during those early recordings where Uryu was with Ichigo when Eben appeared through his bedroom window challenging him. There's quite a lot to this interview as we now shift to details from the third core, as the interviewer asks that the third core, the battles become more intense. So he asks the voice actors what were their impressions when reading the script for the third core and how did they feel while performing it. Ichigo's voice actor says that in the third core there are many moments of meanwhile on the other side, and there are intense battles happening between the captains, lieutenants, and the Sternritter all over the place, so there are plenty of exciting scenes to look forward to. He says that when they think of the 1000 Year Blood War arc as a 4-core series, they often associate it with a narrative structure of introduction, development, then there's a twist and a conclusion. But Ichigo's voice actor says that personally, he feels that we're not yet at the twist, instead they're still in the break phase of a start, break, rush structure. So it feels like that they have reached the middle of that break phase, and from here we'll move into the latter half of the break before diving straight into the rush to the conclusion of the story. Ichigo's voice actor says that there's so much more to see, and he hopes that the viewers can keep track of all of the overwhelming information as we head into the final core of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime, as Bleach has a lot of information for fans to process, especially via the new scenes that are going to be included. Uryu's voice actor says that even as we enter the third core, Uryu's state of why, what for continues on, but from now on he believes that his reasons for joining the Sternritter will be depicted a bit more thoroughly, so he's really looking forward to this. So Morita adds that of course Uryu and Ichigo have their share of appearances together, but it feels like there are more scenes featuring other characters in Core 3, but the scenes with Ichigo and Uryu are still central to the story, so the intensity of those moments is really high. So yeah, Uryu's voice actor adds that while there aren't that many scenes of Uryu and Ichigo together, when they do meet, a lot does happen. So Ichigo's voice actor interestingly adds that though their confrontations are depicted in various places, they don't say much to each other, and the amount of information is about the same as in the original manga. Even with so many original elements added to the anime, the choice not to over-explain some parts feels intentional, as it leaves room for the viewers to imagine things for themselves. So as the surrounding fights are happening between the Shinigami and the Quincy, key moments or key phrases do happen which link back to the core conflict between Ichigo and Uryu, and in a way via these surrounding events it highlights the clash between Ichigo and Uryu even more so. So this is from Morita's perspective. Interestingly, he says that while not too much dialogue is added, we apparently are going to be getting a bit more anime exclusive scenes when it comes to the fights between Ichigo and Uryu, and the clash between the two characters of course is a core running theme within this story arc. Uryu's voice actor adds that since it's the central part of the 1000 Year Blood War, the information is being revealed in stages, with detailed portrayals of the surrounding characters making it feel like the main reveal is still to come. So yeah, they are turning their attention away from Uryu as they are slowly drip feeding us information about him. So the interviewer then asks that the second core ended with Ichibei activating his ultimate move Shirafude Ichimonji against Yhwach. He asks them, what do you think of the transition into the third core from this point? Ichigo's voice actor says that in the second core they saw the overwhelming power of the Royal Guard, including Ichibei, and the strange strength of the Quincy Sternritter. Techniques like Senjumaru's Bankai, which weren't shown in the original manga, had also made their debut in Core 2, and at the same time Ichibei's true intentions are unclear, and it makes us wonder, is this guy really a good person? And this was added to the mystery. Now guys, we've been talking about the true intentions of Ichibei on the channel for such a long time, and it's incredible to have the voice actor of Ichigo also add and comment upon this. So Morita says that as the third core begins with episode 27, viewers will sense the terrifying side of Ichibei, who is essentially the top figure of the Royal Guard. It's going to open with a thrilling, heart-pounding scene. Even though it's been a year since the second core, the way that it jumps straight into the action without any warm-up is impressive. Morita says that he is confident that the staff put a lot of thought into how to present this, and episode 27 is definitely something viewers won't want to miss. After reading the script again for episode 27, 27, Morita noticed how many hints and foreshadowings there actually are. He says that his advice to viewers is when Ichibe shows up, pay close attention because there's a lot of foreshadowing. Even a single line of dialogue might be a critical hint, so he hopes that everyone watches carefully with episode 27. So Uryu's voice actor adds that the battle between Ichibe and Yhwach continues in episode 27, as he says that there will be subtle hints which will make viewers question by saying, wait, could this actually be happening? Because episode 27 is filled with so many intricate details. He comments about how the fourth preview for Cour 3 had shown Ichibe's move Futen Taisatsu Ryo, and it had made Uryu's voice actor realize just how much the anime is expanding upon the story within this time frame and the pacing that they have taken. He says that as viewers keep watching, they'll start to wonder who's really on the side of justice here. This aspect will impact the upcoming developments, as he hopes that everyone enjoys what's going to happen. Manga readers may already know the story, but with the direction given by Kubo and the director of the anime, there are nuances and unique details added to the anime that Uryu's voice actor feels like everyone will appreciate. So Morita adds that yes, in episode 27, Uryu's battle with Senjumaru is another highlight. Sugiyama adds that yes, Senjumaru had a lot of meaningful dialogue with Uryu and the visuals and atmosphere of their fight was amazing. Morita says that this kind of direction in their fight wouldn't have been possible without CGI being used. Sugiyama added that the animation director once mentioned that CGI can make things feel different from traditional cell animation, but that difference has been intentionally used to depict the unusual nature of the spaces that the characters are fighting in. Uryu's voice actor says that this kind of method of creating animation reflects the times that we live in. In the old TV series of Bleach, this wouldn't have been possible, but now they can utilize a variety of expressions, which he feels like is wonderful. Uryu's voice actor says that when he saw Senjumaru's Bankai in episode 26, he was so excited, and he even started mimicking Senjumaru's voice actor in the way that she activated her Bankai. So now we're coming to the final parts of the interview, as the interviewer asks that many actors hope to see a series through to its conclusion, but it's rare for that wish to come true. Ichigo's voice actor says not just the cast, but the staff especially, had a strong desire to animate Bleach's final arc. Pierrot's former president Michiyuki Honma and its founding president Yuji Nunokawa had often visited the studio. Honma-san was the producer of Bleach back then, and he watched over the series closely. He says that they always talked with that team about wanting to animate Bleach to the very end. Even in other projects that Morita had worked on, people would ask him, isn't Bleach going to get a proper conclusion? It did take some time, but that wish has finally come true because everybody loves Bleach this much. There is no doubt that it's the fans who had kept this wish to animate Bleach alive. Also with the release of the mobile game Bleach Brave Souls in 2015, which was a big factor. So this all but confirms that everybody who was supporting Brave Souls had led to the 1000-year Blood War arc being animated, which is an absolutely incredible piece of information to have revealed here. He says that many of us as voice actors have said thanks to that game because they had never forgotten their roles as they were allowed to play their characters in that game once again. Because of that connection to Brave Souls, he thinks that it was inevitable that the 1000-year Blood War arc anime would happen, and he's truly grateful for that. So the interviewer asks the two voice actors, do you feel a sense of responsibility in bringing the Bleach anime to its conclusion? Morita says that he's eager to see the series through to its end, as he's curious to see how completing Ichigo's journey will change him. And this is all that he's thinking about right now, how he's going to feel after fully embodying the story of Ichigo. Now, Uryu's voice actor does say something interesting to this question. He says that he also wants to get to the final episodes as soon as possible, as it largely follows the original manga, but there are additional scenes that haven't been explored before, and these are being added under Kubo's supervision, so he is looking forward to performing these scenes as well as experiencing them as a fan for the first time. The final question asked is, finally, could you share a message for everyone who is waiting for the broadcast of Cour 3? Sugiyama says that the animation production has shifted from Studio Pierrot to Pierrot Films. This is a new brand under the Pierrot umbrella, and this has started with the release of Bleach Cour 3. Sugiyama heard this change reflects their desire to achieve even more beautiful animation like Bleach, and he feels like the quality of the series has been polished even further for Cour 3, so he hopes that everyone gets to see the amazing visuals that they have in store for us. He says that the story dives deeper into what each character is thinking and doing, which he believes will enrich the viewer's understanding of the Bleach world. Not just the relationships between Ichigo and Uryu or the conflict with Yhwach, but Cour 3 will give us a better understanding of the whole Bleach universe as it's being expanded upon, so he hopes that everyone enjoys this. Now, Morita really does come with a sauce, as his response includes some amazing information. Morita says that one of the scripts that he had checked had 340 cuts of animation. He says that normally a 30-minute anime has around 250 cuts. But then he talks about how there was another episode in Cour 3 which had about 400 cuts, and even one episode had 560 cuts. This just showcases that the amount of quality and time and dedication that is being put into Cour 3 is at the level of a movie level production. Sugiyama says despite having so many cuts, every frame of animation looks stunning. He says that it could be paused at any moment and it still looks perfect. And he says that it's frightening how well done everything is. The final comment from this interview comes from Morita, as he says the dedication of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime staff is incredible. Kubo even comes to the studio every time and he stays from morning until night for the recording sessions. Especially during the third cour, he could feel his care and respect for the animation team. Kubo has such a warm way of interacting with the animators, and he feels like this warm sense of connection has been passed on to the animation staff because everyone is united in making something that will truly impress Kubo. Kubo's direct involvement and leadership over the anime is something that all of the animation staff are grateful for, including Morita and the voice actors. He says once we've done what we can, we just need to head to the studio without overthinking, knowing that we're creating something great. Morita says that people who are working on Bleach since the very beginning, as well as the younger generation who watched it growing up and now are creating it, everybody is pouring their hearts into the series. During their social gatherings while the series is in production, Morita had spoken with some of the younger staff, and some of them told them that they were inspired to get into anime production because of Bleach. Morita says that he's been watching over them and they've also been watching over him. Now it feels like everything is coming full circle and he's truly happy to be a part of this series. Morita says that they've been creating this work with the pride and joy of being able to deliver it to everyone, so please look forward to the third cour of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime, which is about to begin. Of course, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War arc Cour 3 The Conflict will begin on the 5th of October. I really do hope that this video has helped you to have a better understanding of what we can expect from Cour 3, what the voice actors and the animation staff have been doing behind the scenes, as well as this reaction to this absolutely incredible opening animation that was revealed, along with the 6th Lounge song without any words. Now I've reached the point of the video where I do want to hand over the discussion to all of you. Let me know all of your thoughts about the all new opening animation as well as the opening song, and this absolutely incredible interview with the voice actors of Uryu and Ichigo, where we learned that Brave Souls played a major role in the return of the Bleach anime, as well as how Cour 3 will have sometimes 400 or even 560 cuts of animation for some of the episodes. There's so much to look forward to. If the quality of that opening is anything to go off of, we are definitely going to be eating good. So yeah, let me know all of your thoughts in the comments, and lastly, thanks for making it to the end of my last news and updates video until Cour 3 releases tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe and tune in for my episode review and then my manga versus anime comparison, which I'll release the day after. It is such a good time to be a Bleach fan. A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.